Hey friends, it's me, Amy Rebecca, your internet bestie when it comes to all things personal development, intentional living and dream chasing. We're officially midway through 2023, which for me personally is a little bit horrifying, but today we're going to be taking back a little bit of control in this world full of chaos by doing a monthly reset. We're going to be budgeting, we're going to be goal setting, and we're going to be reviewing the previous month to take a look at what went well and what did not go so well. First things first, new month, new coffee. I switched up the caffeine that I'm currently drinking. Honestly, this mug could do with a little bit of a reset as well. All of the letters have fallen off, but that's a problem for a different day. Anyway, the coffee that I'm going to be drinking in July comes from the Beans Coffee Club. I saw them featured on Dragon's Den a little while ago. It's a subscription coffee service, and I was like, sign me up. Coffee delivered straight to my home. I don't even have to go out and bring the coffee to me. Sounds great. This one comes from Sable Farm in Malawi, and it's chocolate and walnut whip. It's sweet, which is great for me because I don't put sugar in my coffee, and this just hits just right. But I think tomorrow I need to make it a little bit stronger. I'm gonna double up on the coffee, you know? She's gonna be bouncing off the walls. But yeah, I like it. Next, let's move on to the finances, okay? We're gonna start by taking a look back at what I spent in June. Before we get into the numbers and I show you guys everything that I spent in June, I just want to say a couple of things. Firstly, June was a big spending month for me, okay? Yikes. I went on a last minute holiday to Greece, and the money for the actual holiday, like the flights and the hotel and the spending money, that didn't come out of my monthly budget. That came out of my short-term savings, which is why it doesn't show on this budgeting spreadsheet. But a lot of things related to the holiday, you'll see that. I went and got my eyebrows done. I went and got a wax. I pretty much revamped my entire wardrobe. I bought so many new clothes in June, which honestly, it was a long time coming because I haven't gone out and freshened up my wardrobe since before I did my no-buy year back in 2020. So that's the first thing. I did spend a lot in June. And the second thing is that I'm still kind of tweaking this new budgeting system that I've set out for myself. I started it last month. The spreadsheet is still new to me. I love it. I think it's really effective and it's so aesthetically pleasing. But that's new to me. I'm still kind of figuring out the best way to use that for my own personal spending patterns. And I'm still trying to work out how to take into account my cash stuffing, because I've started doing that and I think that's really effective. But also, how do I include that in the spreadsheet? Because I'm stuffing the cash, so that cash is technically gone, but I haven't spent it yet. And I haven't properly worked out in my brain how to manage that in the spreadsheet. Does that make any sense to anyone? It doesn't really make very much sense to me, if I'm being completely honest, but I'm still trying to put that all together. So with that said, let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you what I spent this month. Okay, so here is my spreadsheet in all of its glory. Look how many purchases I had in June. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so last month I actually increased my budget quite substantially from £500 to £750. And I'm pleased to say that I think I came in under budget, question mark. I'm not sure. This is where the confusion is with the cash stuffing, because I spent a total of £724.35, but then I also have cash stuffed away in my cash stuffing envelopes, so I'm like, ooh, if I take that cash into account, then I'm still over budget. I don't know, but let's just go through what we've got here and I'll try and figure that out as time goes on. So I gave myself the budget of £750. I tried giving myself like a budget per category. It's not something that I'm very strict on because I just don't really operate that way. What I spend month to month can vary pretty dramatically, and the things that I'm spending money on month to month varies. But I thought I would give it a go and just see if I could budget each different category, and I did quite well. Like groceries, I put £30, I spent £32.52. That's not like all the groceries I ate throughout the month, but generally we will buy groceries as a family. So these were just additionals that I went out and got just for me, you know, because there's no point in every person in the house buying their own groceries. It doesn't make any sense. Then eating out. You're serious? Eating out, I budgeted £100, which I think based on previous months is pretty standard, and I only spent 10. Girl, well done. Petrol, I budgeted £50. I didn't need to put any petrol in my car in June because I was on holiday and I was sick for a lot of June, so I really didn't go anywhere. Drinks, I came in way under budget, hella freaking luya. Coffee, I didn't buy any takeaway coffee in June. Who is she? Gifts was, yeah, pretty much on the mark. Clothing, she went wild. I budgeted £50 and I spent £165.90. So all the money that I saved on those other categories got eaten up by clothing. I didn't get any takeaways in June. I spent £152.50 on being social, which I don't remember what I did in June that I was so social, but we'll have a look in the transactions and figure it out. £58.76 on health. And yep, that sounds about right because my allergies were absolutely out of control for most of June. I spent £3 on books, £19.87 on toiletries, nothing on transport. Why did I budget £50 for transport? Where did I think I was going? £9 on hair care, £2.83 on skincare, £6 on makeup, £64 on beauty treatments, because again, I had to make myself ready for my holiday. I didn't spend any money on trips, £47.87 on subscriptions, £2.50 on charity, £55.99 on hobbies, and £31.98 on miscellaneous. So, yeah. Now let's go down and see if we can figure out why I was so social in June. That doesn't sound like me. What was I doing? Where was I? Social, 52.25. Oh yes, I went to a 90s tribute night. So that was a big chunk of change. Oh yeah, okay. And I paid up front for my friend's birthday brunch that actually happened a couple of days ago. So the brunch happened in July, but I paid ahead for it in June. Another mystery solved. So let's take a look at this overview and see where most of my money has gone. Unsurprisingly, the vast majority of my money in June went on clothing at 22.9%. By the way, how much do we love this pie chart? I know you all, and I know that you're spreadsheet nerds like me. How much do we love the pie chart? It's everything. Anyway, social, yeah, that was the next biggest. And then, oh, Vanguard, that's the money that I put into my savings for like long-term savings. So I put another £100 in there, and then everything else is just like a little small piece of the pie. So with that said, let's try and budget for July and see how that goes. Let's say I'm gonna spend £30 on groceries. Let's put £70 for eating out, £50 for petrol, drinks, let's say £50, coffee, I'm gonna budget £5, gifts, £30, clothing, £30, girl, don't buy any more clothes, takeaways, £20, social, I'm gonna put £100 for social. Because you know what? I'm in the mood to be social. It's summertime. Health, I'm gonna budget 40. Books, am I gonna buy any books? I shouldn't buy any books. I'm probably gonna buy some books. Let's just throw £5 in there. That's not gonna get me anything. Let's throw in 10. Toiletries, I'm probably gonna need some stuff. Transport, I don't foresee myself needing to use transport this month. Hair care, and I need new conditioner. Skincare, oh, I've got an expensive skincare month coming up because I've run out of everything simultaneously. That is easily going to be easily £50. Makeup, I should be good, but let's stick £10 in there just in case. Beauty treatments, gotta get the nails done. Trips, don't see myself taking any trips. Subscriptions, how much are my subscriptions? How much are my subscriptions? 47.87. I don't think that was right. I'm gonna go with 45 again. Charity, I'm gonna give 5. Hobbies, I'm gonna give 50. And Misk, let's give it 20. That only adds up to £675, which would bring me in under budget. So let's see if I can stick to that. Okay, next we're going to move on to cash stuffing, which is honestly my favorite part. It satisfies my OCD so much. Okay, so our first envelope is health. I put £35 a month in here to cover the cost of my contact lenses because they are so freaking expensive, and having that money set aside so that I can pay for them quarterly just makes my life so much easier. Next we have beauty. I put £55 a month into this one, and I actually have £7 left over from last month, which I think is really good going considering how much stuff I had done. 20, 40, 50. I don't have another 5, so I'm gonna need to make some change. Next we have car, and I really, truly, no freaking joke, need to get new tires this month. I've been saying that for the last 3 months, and it feels so good knowing that I have the money now set aside so that I don't have to worry, right? Like when you need a new tire or when something goes wrong with your car, just having the money set aside ready to go, it's just such a weight off your mind. Next we have gifts, the envelope that never has any leftovers inside, and I'm going to be putting another £30 into here. I need to make some change. Next is petrol, and I usually put £50 a month into this one, but since I didn't put any petrol in my car last month and I still have almost half a tank left, I don't know how. It must have been magic petrol that I put in it last time that it's still going. I don't know, but it seems kind of pointless to put another £50 in. So let's just keep that as is. And then the last thing is for my phone. I need to put £15 aside for that. I'm on a family plan for my phone bill, so I pay the money to my mom. But recently she asked if I could put the money aside instead of giving it to her each month and then just give it to her at Christmas time, because £15 is not a huge amount of money. You could easily spend £15 without even thinking about it. But if you put it aside and let it accumulate, then by the time I give it to her at Christmas time, it's gonna be, you know, a decent amount. So let's pop that in there. Cash is officially stuffed. Now let's see what's left in my purse. Lots of coins. Now I do have a £1 savings challenge on the go, and I have a lot of £1 coins in here. So what am I gonna do? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I put all 5 into my £1 savings challenge, or do I put some of them into the Christmas tin? I have about another £1.10 in just shrapnel. So you know what? I'm gonna take £1 for the Christmas tin, and the rest is gonna go into the £1 savings challenge. So when it comes to setting goals, I actually don't love setting monthly goals. I just don't feel like a month is a long enough time for me to achieve anything really substantial. And then it starts to feel a little bit stressful trying to achieve all these things in like 30 days. And it gets on top of me, it's overwhelming, and that's when I start to give up. I like to make things a lot more manageable because I feel like when there's less pressure, I achieve more. So what I like to do is I start by asking myself, where do I want to be by this time next year? I have a whole video explaining this entire process, but I decide where I want to be by this time next year, and then each quarter I come up with 3 to 5 goals that will keep me on track in working towards those things that I want to achieve within the year. And then each month I'll set myself a few easy wins. These are things that relate to those quarterly goals, but they feel very manageable. They're not time intensive, they're not energy intensive, they're just short, snappy things that I can cross off my to-do list, and it makes me feel like I'm achieving so much. It gives me a boost and it helps me feel like I'm on track. So I like to split up my easy wins into work easy wins and personal life easy wins. So for my work easy wins, I've got 4 this month. I have reached out to 5 different brands and begged them to sponsor me, because your girl needs money to support all the clothes she just bought. Number 2, published 3 blog posts. I really want to get back into blogging this month. I've been saying that for months, but this is it. This is where we start. Number 3 is launch my decluttering ebook. It's been ready for launch for so long, but actually getting around to publishing it and setting up all of the different things so that people can actually download it and everything, I just haven't gotten around to it, so I'm going to do that this month. And number 4 is reach out to different content creators to help promote my book, Just As I Am, because I've kind of been lagging in that area. I think one of my biggest issues in my life generally is I spread myself so thin. I find it really difficult to focus on one area at a time. I'm trying to constantly do 50 different things all at once. And so I really need to go back to my book and think I've been neglecting that a little bit and I need to show it some love. For my personal life easy wins, I have number 1, fix my mug. Because you saw, right, all the letters have fallen off it, and I know that that's such a small thing, but that's the whole point of easy wins. That's something that's going to take me 30 minutes to do, but then I'm going to feel a little bit more put together. I know it's only a mug, but every day when I wake up and I put coffee in that mug that has all the letters missing, I feel like I don't have my life together. I'm like, look at what a mess I am. My mug doesn't even have it together. So that's gonna have, it's small, right? It's a small thing, but it's gonna have a big impact. Number 2 is create a monthly chore schedule, because right now I am a little bit all over the place, and I think having it written down, like on Mondays is when we do whatever, the laundry, on Tuesdays is when we do this, on Wednesdays is when we do that. I think that's going to really help me stay on top of things and feel a lot more in control. And number 3 is to finish reading War and Peace, which is not technically an easy win, but it is achievable. I'm probably 3/4 of the way through at this point, and I think I can polish it off because I'm listening to it on Audible, not physically reading it, so I think by the end of the month, yeah, I should be able to finish War and Peace. So now I am feeling so much more in control. This is why I love these little monthly resets, because by the end of the month I start to feel like I'm becoming undone, like someone's been pulling at a thread and everything's, you know, kind of becoming a little bit of a mess as the month progresses. And then I sit down, I do the monthly reset, I look at my budget, I look at my goals, and I feel like I'm putting everything back together again. I used to have this idea that being someone who was organized or on top of things, or who like had their lives together, that those people just consistently went through life feeling on top of everything. And I've realized I'm probably never going to be one of those people. My brain is a little bit erratic, okay? I'm very much all or nothing. I am working with OCD, anxiety. I think I might have ADHD. I don't want to self-diagnose. I'm just saying that because like 6 other people have recently told me that they think I have ADHD. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But what I'm saying is I am not the kind of person who can walk through life on a tightrope just consistently balanced, right? And constantly being on top of everything. And I've realized that that's okay. I kind of go through more cycles where I feel really on top of things, everything's great, and then I start to have these wobbles where I think, no, it's all falling apart, but then I can grab it all and put it back together again, and it's a cycle that I go through, and I've just learned to kind of manage that, and these monthly resets really help. So if you're someone who feels like, girl, I'm not waking up every day and feeling on top of it all, same. It's okay, you just have to understand how your brain works, because we're all different, and find a system that helps you to thrive in the way that you operate best. Please remember that you are enough just as you are. I love you so much, and I will see you soon.